Hi everyone, it's Rabbi Briskin with a thought for Shabbat. Sometimes a few short sentences can encapsulate an experience that otherwise fills volumes. This week's Torah portion, Ki Tavo, contains a liturgical formula, a blessing really, that is recited when the Israelites bring their first fruits to the ancient temple. The text reads, "My father was a fugitive Aramean. He went down to Egypt with meager numbers and sojourned there, but there he became a very great and populous nation. The Egyptians dealt harshly with us and oppressed us. They imposed heavy labor on us. We cried to the Eternal, the God of our fathers, and the Eternal One heard our plea and saw our plight, our misery, and our oppression. The Eternal freed us from Egypt by a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, an awesome power, and by signs and portents. The Eternal One brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey." These verses from the book of Deuteronomy create a trajectory of the ancient Israelites' experience from the moment they sojourned to Egypt during the famine described in the book of Genesis to the moment that they are ready to enter the promised land here at the end of the book of Deuteronomy. The rabbis describe this formula as one that moves the Israelite experience from degradation during a time of slavery to praise when they are about to give the first fruits from the harvest in the promised land. These verses are about gratitude and remembering the source of our abundance. The book of Deuteronomy teaches that those who follow God's commandments will be blessed. It also teaches that as people amass wealth, it can be easy for them to forget the source of their blessing and to feel entitled to all that they have. For those who have much, the Torah suggests, do not take it for granted. Do not feel that you are simply entitled to all that you have just because you've had it all this time. Rather, be grateful for what you have and express that gratitude with words and deeds regularly. Rabbi Shai teaches, if you remember how much has been given to you, you will be receptive both to God's command and to the needs of the downtrodden. But if you assert yourself and assume that you have single-handedly earned every last thing you have, you will forget both God and your neighbor. So, Deuteronomy repeatedly bids us, remember how much you have been given and never forget to be grateful. We can take Rabbi Held's words and encapsulate them in just a sentence or two. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Be generous in giving back. Remember a time when you had less. And always, always be grateful. I wish you a Shabbat of rest and peace and renewal, and I hope that you'll join us for Shabbat services.